Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Travel Without a Cause. Now, for all of you, any sports fans out there, you're going to like this one because, okay, this is kind of like a part two. It was an unintentional part two of a vlog that I already did. And I'm full confession, I didn't know that this grave was even in Louisiana, to be honest. I thought it was in California or maybe South Carolina. And the reason behind that is because today we are visiting the one, the only Pistol Pete Maravich's resting place in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And as you might have seen already, I did do the statues of Pete, Shaq, and Bob Pettit at LSU already. And I did not even know that his grave, that Pistol's grave, was here in Louisiana. So I found out about it after the fact. So I said, well, there's a part two for Pete right there. So without further ado, I'm walking towards his grave right now, and I'm going to show you guys, and hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and here we go. Let's go talk to Pete Maravich for a few minutes. I'll tell you all about him again. Well, as we walk towards Pete's grave, guys, I just want to show you around. This is a beautiful cemetery. As soon as I drove up to it, it's just immaculate. And it's, if you're looking for where Pete's grave is, the mausoleum, like if you drive in, like the main road is on the other side of this building I'm showing you guys right here. So I'm on the back side of it. So if you go around basically that building, we're in, they section it off by name, and the section that Pete's buried at, or buried in, is called the Garden of Prayer. But look how immaculately landscaped this place is. They even have guys walking around spraying like herbicide in the cracks of the driveways to keep the weeds and stuff from growing out and stuff. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. Grass isn't too green because it's been freezing lately here in Louisiana, but albeit it's a beautiful cemetery. So you'll see these big giant prayer hands over there straight ahead. And then if you're dead even with that and you look down, you'll see Mr. Pete Press Maravich. June 22nd, 1947 to January 5th, 1988. He was 40 years old. The legendary, arguably top 2 or 3 basketball players of all time. Now, from all of you guys who know about Pete, you know, there's no point in me going through all the stats again. Actually, you can see all those if you look at my the LSU vlog that I did with the Pete Maravich statue. And you can when I'm at his statue, all the stats are on the statue. You can see all the numbers and stuff, and I'm not really here to talk about the numbers today, but I am starstruck right now, to be honest. I mean, I'm at Pete Maravich's grave. Pete Maravich is buried right here, and it's just it's wow. I mean, I grew up my whole life watching the movie Pistol, and I mean, every basketball player wants to be like Pistol Pete, no doubt about it. And he's from South Carolina. His dad, Press, was the coach at Clemson, and as Pete was coming up through his childhood and teen years and all that, and his dad got the coaching, or he got offered a job to coach at LSU. And so his dad, knowing what kind of talent he had in Pete, said, you know, it's a package deal. If you want me to go coach at LSU, you have to basically give my son a scholarship or whatever it was. I had to bring my son with me to play there, and they agreed, and the rest is history. To this day, Pete Maravich is the all-time NCAA leading scorer, period. And it's highly doubtful that that record would ever will be broken. It's just, I mean, so many great players who have been through college who have not even come close yet to that number. But to this day, he's the NCAA all-time scoring leader, NCAA basketball. And the kid, I've seen an interview with him before where they were asking Pete, like, how many hours a day as a kid did you spend with the basketball on your hands? And he said, oh, about, I still had to go to school and church and stuff like that. But he said on average, I spent about 8 hours a day with a basketball in my hands, just practicing, dribbling, doing drills and stuff like that. So basically, literally, as a kid and a teenager, basketball was his full-time job, 8 hours a day. And so he went on to LSU and just became famous because people started noticing, and once he started playing basketball and people saw it, especially at the collegiate level, they were like, who is this? Like, he was something between a globetrotter and like Wilt Chamberlain or something like that. Like, I forgot, they labeled him as something like that, like something between a globetrotter and someone else or whatever. I forgot what they said, but it was true, man. I mean, the guy was a genius with the basketball. His ball handling skills were just unmatched. And you look at people like Michael Jordan, you look at, probably half of the Globetrotters. Those guys, they were highly influenced by Pete's playing, because he played in the 60s and 70s for the most part, graduated LSU. I don't know if he graduated. I don't know if he went all 4 years or not. I don't remember. Like I said, I'm not here really to go over the numbers of all that, but he went from LSU, got drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, and played there for a year or two, and then went to the New Orleans Jazz. And I could be out of order with the teams. He played for the Celtics for a year or two, and at that time, during his playing years, it was no secret, even during his college years, he was known to have, battles with alcohol and maybe a drug or two here and there. I think it was mostly alcohol in college. And when he got to the pros, when he got to the NBA, I think he started dabbling in other drugs and stuff. And I'm not here to talk about all that either, but he had issues with that stuff for years. And then later on in life, like I said, he died at 40. So, after he retired from basketball, he was saved again, basically, and found the Lord and really started living his life through Christianity and about Christianity. And he was living, I don't know if he was living in Southern California or just visiting or whatever the case was, but he was playing pickup basketball one day in San Diego, California. I believe it's San Diego, playing pickup basketball, and had a heart attack. And the autopsy revealed that he only had like one, there's something about his heart, like he had like one aortic valve or something like that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I am a biology major. I should know these things, but I forgot what they said he had, and it was an abnormality that he didn't know of, or nobody knew of, until he had an autopsy. But he was 40 years old and passed away in California. And that's why all these years, I assumed he was either living there and got buried there in California, or maybe he would have got buried, my English is so terrible, would have been buried in South Carolina where he grew up. But he chose to, I guess, or his family, or he did, or chose to be buried right here in Baton Rouge, where it all started, basically, where he became a star, essentially. And here he is in his purple and gold flowers out, go figure. But I'm truly starstruck to be standing right next to and talking to and celebrating Pistol Pete Maravich right here in front of me. It's just so starstruck right now. I feel so lucky to be here. I'm so glad to know where he is now and how to find it. And like I said before in my vlogs, if and when I do a grave site, whether it's for a celebrity, whether it's just for a graveyard that I just want to see because it's beautiful, I've always said, and I still say today, that, you know, it's all out of respect. I'm not here to exploit anybody. I'm not here to bring attention to people's family members who are buried and resting in peace. I'm not trying to do any of that to disrupt anything or bring any attention to anything. But, you know, celebrities' graves are different because they're celebrities. People visit them all the time. And my approach is just to celebrate them and give them, you know, all due respect. And it's just my way of visiting them and, you know, being awestruck at the same time, or celebrity, you know, starstruck and all that. But I know that if I was, you know, if I was a fan of somebody on YouTube who had a page who was making the effort to go and visit these places so I could see it with, you know, through their eyes, I would love that. So that's kind of what I try to do. Excuse me. So yeah, you can see they're doing a lot of work, landscaping over there. There's some ground clearing or something, but it's a beautiful cemetery out here. I don't see his dad. I don't know where Pistol Maravich, his dad, the LSU coach, I don't know where he's buried. I didn't look into all that, but it's not here. And it's just Pete by himself. There's an empty spot right there next to him. I don't know if that's reserved for maybe one of his family members. I'm not too sure. And it says "Together Forever" right there. And I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of at an angle this whole time, guys, but I don't want to be standing on top of the grave. Always felt strange about doing that. But yeah, Pistol, it was great meeting you today. I know for myself, I've been a huge fan of yours most of my life. Played high school basketball. I loved it. I played basketball growing up, and it was always one of my favorite sports. And I definitely was influenced and just amazed by watching, you know, like I said, the movie Pistol was, man, that was a motivator right there. What a great story. Great movie, too, if you guys want to go watch it. It's called The Pistol. But yeah, just wanted to come and celebrate you today, Pete. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Today's the day after Christmas. And we all miss watching you play basketball for sure, but it's a shame that you had to leave so soon, but it's an honor for me to be standing here and talking to you for sure. And I'm sure I could speak for a few viewers that are watching this, probably feel the same, who would love to come and meet you and talk to you and say thank you. And all that. So like I said, I wasn't here to talk numbers or stats and all that stuff, just here to celebrate the person. And if you guys want to come visit and be respectful and come say hi to the legendary Pete Maravich. I'm still starstruck. I just can't even get through my head, like I'm standing right next to Pete Maravich right now. I just can't believe that. I don't get starstruck too easy, but this is a big one. I think sports-wise, I would feel this way basically about, like, you know, Pete Maravich, Michael Jordan, a couple football players, a couple baseball players, and that's about it. But wow. And yeah, hope you guys find the beauty in this as much as I do. And it's an honor for me to even be here. And so Happy New Year, Pete. And we all say hi to you. We wish you like I said, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all that stuff, and that you're resting in peace and that you're enjoying this beautiful plot and this beautiful cemetery. There's a big flock of geese walking over there. See if I can zoom in and see them. See them? There's a beautiful pond. I'll see about, 'capturing it on the way out. This huge geese in there. Big white geese. Pretty place though. And I saw it fitting because Pete's grave is facing this way. And if I zoom in, sorry, I'm working with this gimbal here. You can see some basketball goals right over there. Kind of fitting in a way, huh? Lovely place. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed meeting the legendary Pistol Pete Maravich, who's right there behind me. I just want to take a quick pit stop here and stop by and say hi. I've never been here before. So I just wanted to stop by, introduce you guys to him, and meet him for the first time myself. And if you're ever in the area, it's at Resthaven Cemetery, and I'll post the name in the description and all that stuff. But yeah, kind of getting gloomy outside and getting a little cold, so I don't want to spend too much time out here. But I'll go ahead and sign off from here, and wish you guys a happy new year. Like I said, it's the day after Christmas, so I'm still kind of worn out from that, but I kind of took the day to do a couple of vlogs here and there around town and stuff. So I'll go ahead and sign off here, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and all that stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time. See you next time. Bye, folks.